Good evening. It is Sunday, September 7th, and I'm T. Walter. I'm here with my cat Pumpkin, and we have Imran Hossain moderating. He is a YouTube SEO specialist, and he has taken my channel to 2,800 something subscribers. So thank you, Imran. I appreciate you moderating this evening. And Pumpkin, I appreciate you being here as well. Thank you. So tonight, we're going to wrap up our first theme for this daily live that we started last week, and it was Know Thyself. So I told you that I would research Know Thyself in sacred texts. Cheers to you. And what I found was the first time that Know Thyself was noted in history was at the Temple of Delphi. And that was seen as a center of Greek wisdom. And there was, I guess, an oracle at Delphi as well. So it was allegedly carved over the entrance of the Temple of Apollo. And so this Know Thyself has been with us quite some time. I think it said it was about 500 BCE. So that was a very long time ago, and this has been on people's minds for a long time, and it's important. And many famous Greek philosophers were attributed to say it first. There was actually a Turkish philosopher named Heraclitus. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but this person was in modern-day Turkey, and they were a predecessor to Socrates. But Socrates was also, attributed to this phrase, and so was Pythagoras. So we're not really sure who said it first, but this was a very common phrase that was, came from the Greek history. So their concept of this, or that concept from the Greek philosophers, was that our selfhood, our beliefs and desires drive our actions, which that makes sense. So that's why it's really important to know what we believe, who we are, and where our actions come from, right? So then I looked at the different religions, and this was from a blog, a few different blogs and a few different texts. So in Buddhism, Know Thyself is associated with mindfulness and self-awareness as a means to understand the nature of the mind and the impermanence of all things, cessation of suffering, and the interconnectedness of all beings. So that's kind of beautiful. Hi Mao Tomi. Good evening. Thank you. Welcome. So that's the Buddhism angle of this, and they're all very similar, but they all have a slightly different angle, which I wanted to just share with you. And the fact that they're in these different religious texts was it just made me feel good because we have so much more in common than we realize. Christianity looks at it as knowing God and knowing oneself in relation to God. And it calls for self-examination, repentance to one's sinful nature, and redemption through faith in God's teachings and grace for salvation. So that's more putting the power in God's hands. So if we know ourselves, we want to know ourselves so that we can have a better relationship with God, and that we are deeply flawed, and that God is the key to our salvation. Okay, and then Hinduism looks at Know Thyself with self-inquiry, self-realization to understand the nature of self. We are immortal, divine, and interconnected. So that's another common theme, that we're interconnected, which is really quite beautiful. Hi, Live with August. Oh, that's your new handle. I love it. Yeah, welcome. Welcome back. Hi, Dennis. No, you don't want me to play guitar. I have one video where I play guitar. I'm not really a guitar player, but that's funny. Maybe one day I'll practice and I'll play a song, but not today. Thanks, Dennis. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I played church guitar. So I was in a guitar group when I was a little kid, and there were like 100 kids, and we traveled all around the area, and we played guitar at different churches and stuff. So I know church guitar. That's about it. Okay. So yeah, so the Hinduism says that we're all divine and interconnected. Ignorance is destroyed by knowledge of the, and this is a quote, okay? But ignorance is destroyed by knowledge of the self within. The light on this knowledge shines like the sun, revealing the supreme Brahman. And that's from Bhagavad Gita. So that's from Hinduism. Yeah. And Islam says it's the know thyself is speaks of self accountability, self reflection, and self improvement, and building a closer relationship with God, so that we can fulfill our responsibility of being servants to God. So we have to know ourselves so that we can be better servants to God, right? Awesome. Okay, great. New handle on the way to doing lives as well. Oh my God. Well, I'll check you out, August. I didn't even know you were doing that. That's fantastic. Working on the subs. I didn't even know you had a thing. I'm going to check you out after this. And subscribe. Fantastic. What's your I would love to know what your channel is about, August. Yeah, put it in the chat. That's really cool. And okay, let's see. And then Sikhism is a monotheistic faith that recognizes the divine spark in ourselves and others with humility, compassion, and service to others. So they're all slightly, just very slightly different, but overall, we need to know ourselves to be closer to God, to be closer to everyone. So very cool. And then there's New Age spirituality, which is metaphysical beliefs grounded in self-discovery, self-discussion, and self-actualization. So a lot of self there. And self-reflection. It uncovers our true nature, desires, and purpose in life. And self-endowment in pursuit of inner truth and authenticity. So truth and authenticity. So I just thought, know thyself. So that was our first theme for the week, starting last, I think it was Sunday or Saturday, was where are we? We were trying to assess, like, are we happy the way we are, or is there something we'd like to change? And, because we're humans and we're not perfect, chances are there's something that we could do better, right? So this coming week, what I want to talk about, the new theme for this coming week is change. What are we going to change? Do we need to change? And how do we do it? And what are the mechanisms in our brain that help us change? So what do you guys think of that? Does that sound appealing? And some people don't want to change, and that's okay too. If people are just, happy the way they are, and that's fine. But I always want to be my best self, and that's the whole goal of this channel, is to get better and better every day. In fact, there was a really good saying. This guy worked on it, I think, for a few years, and it was one of those affirmations. And I think it was something like, day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better every day. And it was something, he crafted it this way so that his subconscious couldn't find anything wrong with it. Because if you say, when you're trying to manifest and stuff, if you say, oh, I'm a millionaire, your subconscious is going to go, no, you're not, and you have to feel, there's a lot of stuff involved with manifesting. So by being incremental like that, and by being sort of broad, and by believing it, it really changes your mindset. So, hi Omar, welcome. So, is everybody ready for the work week? Tomorrow is, well, you may already be in the morning already if you're across the globe. Monday morning. Are you ready for Monday, pumpkin? All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. Where are you? Oh, I'm from near New York City. Thanks for asking. Where are you from? I would love to know where everybody's from. I've had people from all over the world, and I love that on the chat. I'm so happy to hear that you're doing lives, August. That's so phenomenal. I can't wait to check you out. I feel like we have so much more in common than we realize, and to have a nice, honest conversation is just beautiful. So thank you all for that. Yeah. What day and time is your live, August? Well, I'll check out your channel, but definitely feel free to put that in there. Oh, from Yemen. Wow. live in Carvonia. I don't know where Carvonia is. I'm so sorry. I'm ignorant of that. Where is that? Wow. Yemen. That's amazing. Yeah. It's very warm here. It's very warm and very humid. I thought it cooled off today, and now like the heat came back. Do you have pet insurance? No, but I do have two cats. So this is Pumpkin. She's 16 and a half. She's a senior citizen, but she's awesome. She likes to come here for the lives. She jumps on the chair when it's time. Thanks for asking, Dev. So, all right. Well, oh, you know what? We forgot to do our breathing. All right. So if you have a moment, take a sip of something to drink. We'll do a little breathing together, and then we'll sign off. I had been doing that in the beginning, and maybe I'll go back to that. I'm not really sure. But if you have a few minutes, hang in there. We'll do a few minutes of deep breathing. It regulates our nervous system, and it promotes heart-brain coherence so that we're not in fight or flight, so that we're operating at our optimal potential. So let's close our eyes for a moment. You're going to inhale through your nose and hold it. We're slowing our breath down. Good. Nice and easy. And then exhale. And inhale. Hold it. And exhale. And inhale. And hold it. And you can put your hand on your heart and exhale. A few more together. Inhale. And exhale. Last one together. Inhale. And allow that healing energy to go to all parts of your body. And exhale any tension or stress. Exhale. Thank you. Hi, Deb. Yep. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day or evening wherever you are. Tomorrow, Monday, we do Monday through Friday in the East Coast time at 8 a.m. And we'll see you then. So from myself to yourself, thank you for joining me on this journey. And have a great evening. Thank you, Imran, for great moderating again. And check him out in the description if you need a YouTube SEO specialist. He's really awesome. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.